Okay, really quick before we get started, welcome. Okay, yeah, y'all, this was a deep video. I just want to prepare you guys. This is going to be a lot of channeling. I'm not sure anyone that's in the tarot or has gifts or really resonates with their gifts, you'll know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I pick up on energy, and that's what flows through as the message. Like, I feel the emotions, or I might get certain downloads. So there's gonna be a lot of channeling. Ooh, yeah, it was a little heavy. So just be prepared for that. And yeah. Oh, what's up, everybody? It is Papa here, coming to you with another video. So I am going to give the disclaimer right now. First, you know, this is going to be a pretty heavy topic for some people. I'm only going to get into a certain part of the message, so, you know, just, you know, remember, this can be a little bit triggering, so trigger warning. Also, okay, where do I want to start? Because I'm already getting ramped up. Okay, really quick. So all of this is for entertainment purposes only. There's no factual evidence supporting basically what I'm saying with the cards. You know, entertainment purposes only, satire purposes only. Don't mind my nail. Yeah. And this is not to disrespect anybody. I just, yeah. Okay. We're getting a little off track. So really quick, you guys, I'm gonna just be real honest. Y'all know 7:17 on the clock. Yes, angels, because come around me, because the moon is in Aquarius. Anybody that knows me knows I am Aqua AF, baby. Aqua is it, are we past 30 seconds? We are. I'm Aqua as fuck, okay? So I'm gonna give it to you straight. I'm gonna let you know right now, if you are someone that already, you know who you are, if you already can't take me on my channel, you're probably not gonna take me on this video, because this is what I have to say about this. As you guys can see from the title above, that's the topic that we're gonna be talking about. The first thing that I want to say before I get into the main thing that I want to touch on with people that are watching, because I know it's somebody watching this right now that feels this way. Okay, this is my thing. How do I want to start this off? Actually, no, we're not going to get into that part right now. Spirit's like, hold on, pipe down. Okay. So let me talk about these cards. Let me tell y'all what I was already getting, even before getting to this point of today, because I pulled yesterday because I wasn't sure if I wanted to even touch on this specific topic, but I decided to. So you guys aren't going to see me pulling cards right now, but this is based off of the cards, or what I'm saying is going to be based off of the cards that I pulled yesterday. So okay, I don't know why, but the Three of Pentacles was coming out, the Three of Cups was coming out, but the Three of Pentacles was in reverse. We had the Ace of Swords. The Devil came up in one deck upright, but then, well, it was like behind the cards. It wasn't the card that fell out, but it was in the cards. But in my other deck that I pulled from, the Devil actually came out, but it was in reverse. And then around that, it was a lot of positive cards. And then what was another card that stood out? The Emperor came out, Two of Cups. Trying to think of what else. Six of Swords in reverse. Oh yeah, the Five of Wands. So really quick, I'm not gonna lie, real quick, two things. My dreams have been crazy. First of all, I just want to say this right now, just in case something happens. I did have a dream about Kanye West and Kim yesterday. They were in this car, and the guy that she's dating, it's like, I don't know, she was like arguing with him, going off on him, and Kanye was right there too, but he was laughing. It was almost like, you know, so childish. It was almost like Kanye was like, aha, I started that, aha, but like he's laughing. Kim's going off on the dude that she's talking to. I don't know what his name is. Is it David? I can't remember right now because I'm all riled up. And then next thing you know, he gets kicked to the curb, whoever this new boo is. And then Kim and Kanye end up walking out, cameras flashing across the stage, and they're holding hands, and then Kanye West starts performing, and he has on this brown hoodie. So just remember, I said that I don't know if there's gonna be a reconciliation or some type of blow up, but it was giving in the dream. Another thing that came up in my dream, let me back this up. Another thing that had came up in my dream was I seen 5 people, right? They all looked the same. 5 people. They were all men. Don't mind this, y'all. I don't know how to, I'm trying to see how to fix that. It's not dirty, I promise. But it was 5 men. And it was hard for me to tell that they were all the same person at first until like I woke up and I'm like, wait, those were all the same person. But picture this, it was a pool of water, and this is gonna connect to this, what I'm about to tell you about Cheslie here. So this is my thing. It was these 5 men, and they were almost like trying to, I don't know, it was one man coming out of the water, right? Picture this, like picture a pool of water, and there was one man trying to come out the water, and he was talking to the other 4 men. It was 1 and there was 4. And it was like he was trying to talk to them, and then once he said whatever he said, it was like everybody pounced on him. So they were drowning him and putting his head in the water and hitting him. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, whoa. And it was like, but it was the same person. So for me, it was almost giving the energy of the 5 of Wands, but also a little bit of self-destructive, possibly even self-sabotage. And I was actually going to do a reading. Yeah, I was actually going to do a reading for somebody, because I don't know why Spirit is telling me to bring that up right now. But I want you guys to watch the people that you're around, and watch the information that's coming in, because I feel like there could be an illusion around the information that's coming in, or just an illusion, period. The energy is really big right now. And just watch, you know, the decisions that you decide to make. Did y'all see that, how that fell over, girl? 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups. Spirit is here. Y'all, did you see that? You saw that shit. Did you see that? That kind of just scared me a little bit, but I'm used to it by now. 7 of Cups, illusion. Yeah, okay, so I'm not sure, and I'm surprised that came out, because that's not where I wanted to go with this, but really quick, and we're going to get into the message. Just be careful of, I don't know if the energy is really big right now, but this is a time where a lot of people can start to make these drastic decisions or get caught up in illusion and stuff like that. And some of these things are needed to happen. But what I'm saying is like, just watch and use your discernment, and make sure that you are making the right decisions. And also don't, like, it's almost like maybe ground yourself. Because I don't know, with that dream and the self-sabotage and the 5 of Wands energy and it not being no one else but the one person really fighting themselves, I feel like there's a lot of that going on right now, which, you know, if you guys are interested, because that's for somebody. I don't know if there's like a self-sabotage or watching the people around you, or if there's people feeding y'all information. And then it's almost giving me, really quick, it's almost giving me the vibe of one person telling you something about someone talking about you. Before you fact check, you go over there and then you pop off, and next thing you know, it was a setup. Like, you was just being set up. It's like everybody was in cahoots to set you up and make you look dumb. I don't know, there's something going on. But anyway, anyway. So really quick, I'm just gonna tell you guys what I was already picking up on. And this is not to downplay Cheslie's family, friends, or anybody, but I'm not gonna lie, the vibe that I was already getting was that the signs were there, and it seems like there was a lot going on mentally. There wasn't a sense of being at peace. And I'm not gonna use the cards that fall out unless I feel called to, but I'm gonna be using these because I'm jittery right now and I need something in my hand. Okay, so basically the way I'm feeling about all of this is, it almost seemed like the signs were there, but people were not able to pick up on them. Like friends, maybe some people didn't take it serious. And then, I don't know, there's like a big connection with friends and like people that were in her closer circle. I also was picking up on an ending of some sort. This could have been a breakup. And that doesn't have to be romantic. That could be platonic as well. Like maybe a falling out with a friend, or maybe a friend maybe distanced themselves from her, or vice versa, due to whatever reason, whether it be like, you know, trying to express how she felt, or someone trying to express how they felt to her, and it was kind of like, you know, too much. I don't know. I keep getting some type of breakup, disconnection. And I don't know, the 5 of Wands, when it came out, it was giving, at first I was picking up on competition, arguing, or drama, right? because I know a lot of people right now, and you know, at the end of the day, we weren't there. So is there a possibility that there could have been someone else involved, you know, on the grand scheme of things? We can go there, you know, because a lot of people are saying that she was pushed and there could have been a jealous woman. And, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she did have a lot of jealousy around her. I mean, look who she was. But I more so am not leaning towards someone else being involved here physically. I'm more so leaning towards, like, there were definitely some key players involved in this, but I don't think in the way of pushing and doing X, Y, and Z. And I'm going to tell y'all why that upsets me, that everyone is jumping to these bigger conclusions. Now, again, I could be wrong, but I think there's something that we could all take from what I'm about to say, because it's like, what the fuck? But really quick, with the Three of Pentacles coming out and the Three of Cups coming out and the Three of Pentacles was in reverse, I don't know if there was something, like I said, a mishap that happened in her community. I don't know if she was worried about something that was coming up. It was a lot of pressure. I'm picking up on pressure. That's another thing. The quote that was coming down to me while I was driving, going to get my Starbucks, and let me see if I can recall it verbatim, was I too pretty for them to really understand? Was I too pretty for people to truly take notice? Was I too pretty for people to truly take notice? Like, I kept hearing that. It was just, and it came in different forms, but it was like, was I too pretty for people to actually pay attention? I was too pretty for people to actually pay attention. I was too pretty for people to actually take notice. And I'm gonna tell you how I feel about that part, because it seemed like there was a lot of pressure on her. And you know, I'm just really frustrated with the world at this point, because it really frustrates me, the empathy, the lack of, and also even the lack of knowledge that the world has when it comes to mental health. And you know, the first thing that everyone needs to understand, and yes, this is kind of triggering. I wasn't triggered as much yesterday. I mean, I was crying already. The emotions were high, and then I was looking at her post and I was just crying, but it was because I just felt her pain. And then the next day it was anger, because I feel like we're still not getting it. And I felt that too. There was something that came after, a quote of, and yet they still don't get it. And let me tell you where that's coming from, because I know y'all want me to pull these cards, but y'all need to listen, because somebody need to hear this, okay? I just think it's so crazy that after this woman's death, the first thing that everybody wanted to say, I'm not saying that no one said it was sad and blah, blah, blah. You know, we got to those statements. But why is it the first thing that people are saying was, wow, she was so pretty. Wow, she had so much going for her. What the fuck does that mean? Listen. And if you were one of those people, shame on you. I think people need to start understanding that depression does not have a face. Mental health does not have a face. And that's another thing. What also was coming through with the Devil card and that Emperor. So I'm not sure if she was in a relationship, because real quick. It's a lot of, okay, now I'm starting to remember. This is why I should have did this yesterday. Really quick. Remember what I just said about the Devil and the Emperor, right? So the first vibe that I was getting before I even started pulling yesterday, and I am not saying, again, everything I'm talking about in this video is alleged, my opinions, boom, 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 hop, skip. But what I want to tell you guys is what was coming through and how the energy was, it's almost like there was an identity crisis, or there was a lack of feeling independent, or a lack of identity. It almost reminded me of, you know, I can't speak from a true perspective, but like talking to friends that are bisexual, gay, lesbian, you get what I'm saying? It almost gave me that type of energy of what I felt off of them when they were talking to me about how they felt misunderstood, or how they felt like they couldn't be themselves. Now, I'm not saying that she was having any confusion around sexuality, or, you know, whatever, but what I'm saying is it seemed like there was so much control over her, what she was to do, high expectations. And yes, we know that, well, from what we've seen, very capable, very intelligent, very beautiful, but at the end of the day, she is still a person. And that is what people are missing. It's like no one wants to truly believe that such a beautiful woman, such an accomplished woman could do this. And my phone just went off. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. No one wants to believe that. And I could feel the anger. I don't know if this is her. I don't know if there's like other energies in here, other women, I don't know, or other people. There's like a sense of almost anger of, why is that the first thing that people say? That's the problem. And I'm not trying to call out my African American community, but this is something that I want to talk about when it comes to mental health, or even just communities and cultures where it's just this real cutthroat type of energy, or this need for strength and not understanding mental health. You know, it's just so funny because, and not funny as in funny, but like, oh my gosh, my thoughts are bouncing around, so I'm gonna just be spitting out stuff because I'm channeling and I'm putting in my opinions. This is what's so crazy about this. Because we have a community, and I've seen the comments. I'm not saying this is everybody's point of view, but it's just so crazy to me that no one wants to believe that there could have been something else going on with her mental health. No one wants to believe that maybe the pressure was too much. No one wants to believe that even if the pressure wasn't too much, maybe she didn't feel like she was being her authentic self with what she was doing. Maybe she felt trapped. And at first I wanted to ask too, I don't know if the energy that was coming down was like an abusive relationship, but with that Emperor card, and I don't know if that represents a father figure, I don't know, a parental figure, or just a controlling figure in her life, a dominating figure. This could have just been even life itself, with, you know, where she was headed, what she was doing. You know, when you have the public looking at you, everybody wants to put you in this box, and trying not to get off topic, but basically what I'm trying to ask is, or trying to say is, like, I don't know if there was a relationship, whether platonic or romantic, a family member, or just a simple fact of life. It was like, it was too much. It was very smothering. And I feel like this is something that she thought about, and there was a sense of wanting to be free and wanting to not be held to such high standards of having to meet perfection. You know, so many people, my phone just went off again. So many people talk about pretty privilege and how people that are pretty have it, you know, better. And, you know, I get it. I really do. But there's also a downside to that as well, because look at that. I mean, I can even speak for this myself. When I was expressing, I ain't gonna say who specifically, because my family, you know, I'm gonna protect them. But when I was talking to some of my family members, letting them know of how I felt when I was going through my stages. If you're not familiar, please go watch my other videos when I talked about depression, suicidal thoughts, things of that nature, anxiety, mental health struggles, period. The main thing that everybody wanted to say, but Paige, you're so beautiful, you're so smart. What the fuck? Your job is so high end, you're so accomplished. Oh my gosh, like, oh my gosh. I think it's so crazy that people cannot put together the links. When someone looks good, they have everything. It's like people's brain just cannot compute that there could be struggles with that, or that there could be other things going on. It's like people forget that people are people. And I don't know, it's just so aggravating. And I just feel like there was a sense of unfinished business with that Six of Swords being in reverse that I saw yesterday, you know. And now I'm starting to wonder, I wonder if she felt like she kind of took a wrong turn, or if she felt like it's almost like she wasn't fulfilled. Yes, you could, let me tell y'all, you could have everything in this world, but if it's not truly what you want, or if you don't truly feel like you can be your authentic self, especially if that's something that you want, you got to live with a mask every gosh darn day. Come on now. Come on now. I mean, look at the people. This is going to be triggering, but we got to talk about it. Look at the military. I'm not saying that everybody that has committed suicide in the military, someone's name could start with an S that's watching this, and you need to pay attention. But I'm not saying that everybody committed suicide for the same reasons. And dang, I'm just saying the word all on here. But what I am going to say, though, is a lot of times people feel trapped in their circumstances, you know, and mentally, I get that people just don't get it, but I'm so irritated with the world. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just so irritated with the world, and I'm trying to come from a perspective of trying to teach, but it is just so irritating because this is not the first time that this has happened, and people still don't get it. People still don't get it. It's so crazy to me. I don't know, it's so crazy to me because until we get it, no one's really gonna be able to attack the issue. For my African American community, it's so many people saying, well, she was a beautiful sister. Temperance. Okay, they telling me, Paige, woo, slow down, it's okay, balance yourself. No, but for real, it's so crazy because the Black community, like, think about it. And it's not just the Black community, but I'm talking to us because, you know, I don't know if you noticed, but I see so many people. She was a Black sister. That was my African American soul sister. She was such a hard worker. It couldn't have been this and that. It couldn't have been that. And that's the problem, because why is it that we think that mental health is not, like, mental health don't happen to us? Oh my gosh. It's like, and I've seen it. Even I got friends that are in the healthcare field that are still not educated on mental health, and they still have this perspective about who mental health affects. I've had people laugh about people saying they have anxiety, and I've had to step in and explain. I'm like, that's a real thing. Like, it's just crazy. And then they're like, oh, I never thought about it like that. You know, you only hear of certain people having this, or, you know, when I was growing up and I tried to talk to my family and friends about being sad and depressed, you know, it was always, girl, you ain't sad, girl, you ain't this, or blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It's just, the world is weird. And I just feel like if you thought that shit before, like if you saw her in the story and the first thing that you said to yourself was, oh my gosh, why would she do that? She was so pretty. Or, oh my gosh, it couldn't have been that. Someone had to have done it. Ooh, girl, shame on you, 2020. Shame on you, bro. Shame on you. Now, granted, we'll get started. I mean, that's really everything right there. I wanted to put those points in because, I don't know, there's something here with the friend group. I don't know if there was already, and it's not to blame her friends. I don't know if like she was already trying to talk and it's like she was being dismissed. It's almost reminded me of, I remember I was talking to my sister, and I was trying to tell her, like, yo, I really have a problem with smoking. Like nicotine, I really have a problem with nicotine. And it's like she could not wrap her mind around it. Because, you know, I'm pretty. And I don't know if people put me on a pedestal. And that's why I feel for this so much. And I feel this situation. Because I'm almost positive people do put her on a pedestal. That she probably didn't ask to be put on. And it's like, even when you tell people that you are struggling or that you have things going on, it's like it's so hard for them to get it. And you know, it's flattering in a way, but then it's also very detrimental, because how do you get the help? How do people ever take you serious? Real quick, because I gotta preach today, because this is the message. I think it's coming down more channeled and more through my emotions, because I want to like spark the interest and see like what's up, like what's going on. I remember back in basic training, you know, because obviously I have been diagnosed with GAD, generalized anxiety disorder, which is totally different from just regular normal anxiety. But yeah, so I remember back in the day, before I knew this was a thing, you know, figured, but you know, didn't truly know. But this is the thing. Back in basic training, there was an MTI that basically laughed in my face when I told him I had anxiety. He laughed in my face. He laughed in my face. And you know what's so crazy? I can't remember. It wasn't this year because we just hit 2022. But this specific individual, yep, 9 of Wands in reverse, 9 of Pentacles, Page of Swords. This same person. Oh my gosh. I gotta back it up because this is so triggering. When I think of the 9 of Wands, and I'm not laughing because this is funny, but it's just ironic how the world is with this 9 of Wands being in reverse. That's giving up. And I know they're trying to help me tell this story. This person was so defensive and thought it was so funny when I was telling them that I had anxiety. Oh, you walk around here because I'm tall, you know. Oh, all these things. You walk around here like this and you got anxiety. Just crazy. People put me on a pedestal. Just crazy. Don't you know, I think it was not too long ago, he actually committed suicide. And it's crazy because I wonder, you know, you can't help but to think, I wonder if that's what took him out. Like, I wonder if that's what tormented you. What was it, you know? It's just a lot, bro. And that's why I just feel, and I feel for that individual, even though they did not feel for me in my position. But even just for Cheslie, I don't know, I think the world needs to wake up. Even if tomorrow we found out that someone pushed her off of the building, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to say it like that, but just hear me out, y'all, because I'm just so frustrated with the way humans think. Like, oh my gosh. Because even if we found that out tomorrow, I still need to ask, how do we react to people who may be in certain positions, may look a certain way? How do we react in the future to these type of situations? Because we're never going to be able to get to the root issue, because so many people want to jump to Illuminati or this or that or that. And I'm not saying that none of that stuff is not a thing. But everybody wants to jump to, oh, super satanic, it had to be a sacrifice, it had to be this. That's always the biggest jump. And it's crazy because I think that mindset is also very satanic and very controlling, because it keeps you in this box of using that as a safety net instead of addressing the true issue of there could possibly be something happening with this person's mental health, or there could possibly be some other root issues that we need to address as a whole generationally so that we can do better for the people that come after us. Woo! And it's like, damn, people still don't get it. Crazy. Anyway. So like I said, I just feel like there was it's not just like this is small. It's not. I just really feel for her. And I feel for her. That was her way of breaking free. And I hate that it had to get to that point. The World card, yes. That was her way of breaking free. And I'm telling you, you are going to see a lot of these things happening. I just told y'all this. What was it? With the Lauren Smith case. There's going to be a lot of, I don't even want to call them sacrifices. I don't want to do that. But there's going to be a lot of like the sacrificial lambs. I hate to even go there, but literally where you're going to see these big events happen or get publicized. And I feel like there's an illusion around what people are really supposed to be paying attention to. And until people start really paying attention, these things are gonna keep happening. They've been happening, but they're happening more. You know, social media is a big thing. It's a wake-up call. This is a wake-up call. Parents who are controlling, take a step back, okay? Friends that may not be paying attention to their other friends, take a step back. Maybe check on them. People, even for the individual, put your mental health first. Don't let these jobs drive you into the dirt no matter what you're doing, no matter your position. Always put yourself first. Seek help. These standards that we put on our children, our brothers and sisters, putting people on a pedestal and forgetting that they too are humans and have feelings. We need to stop. When people tell us how they're feeling, maybe not laughing or, girl, you ain't anxious. Or girl, you ain't this. And then later on when something like this happens, now everybody is looking for the answers, but the answers were right in front of everyone. At least the people that were close to her, and that's frustrating. Okay. What do we need to know about Cheslie? Calling on my highest vibrational spirit guides and angels. What do we need to know about Cheslie? The energy around her death. What was the energy around her death? Ooh. What was the energy around her death? The Empress. I'm telling y'all, it's a lot of these threes coming through. The Empress. We have the Three of Wands. Why are so many threes coming through? This is the only time when I was like, was there someone else involved? But this is the same thing with the Lauren Smith. I feel like, for example, for my people that pull tarot, right? You get the Seven of Swords. And you know the whole Lauren Smith thing. And you know how it looks. I totally get it. The first thing you want to say is he drugged her. But I wonder if the Seven of Swords actually meant a different type of strategic type of sense. It's almost giving me like right now, all these threes coming through. 1 minute I want to say, okay, was there someone else involved? And there may have been, but I think it's more of involved in regards to, and it's crazy because we keep getting these like the Empress and the Emperor. So I don't know if this has something to do with her family, and I don't want to blame like that. But I just feel like her emotions were not being paid attention to. And I don't necessarily want to say it's anyone's fault because this is that generational stuff. You know, you're only gonna feel what you have the capacity to feel. You're only gonna push forth what you have the capacity to push forth. And it's so crazy because I could see a visual, not saying that this happened, this is all alleged. I can see this visual of her trying to talk about, you know, I'm just a little down. And then someone's on her shoulders. You know how in the movies they're like, oh, sweetie, what do you got to be down about? You're beautiful. You have this. You have that. And you know, it's like, yeah, you're right, mom. Or yeah, you're right, dad. Or whatever. Or whoever. Yeah, you're right, sis. But it's like this person is trying to tell you, I don't know, this is supposed to be a wake-up call. I'm telling you, there's 3 people here. I would love to talk to her friends and family because, like I was about to say, I'm not necessarily getting that there was someone else. I mean, there could have been, I don't know. A lot of people are saying that she was murdered. And, you know, at the end of the day, we never really know what's going on in this world, okay? Because there is a lot of backhanded stuff that's happening. But even if that was the case, I have to ask, why is that always what y'all want to jump to? Why don't we want to accept that it could have been mental health or she could have been feeling pressure? Or why can't we start looking at that? Even if someone has it all, they can still feel down. Like with the Lauren Smith case, it's like no one wants to even sit back and think that there could have been a chance that she was already using specific drugs. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. And I just need to talk to our Black community because we're never going to get to the root issue if we keep trying to jump to this, and blame that. We need to look in. Come on, y'all. I don't know. Anyway, can you tell me why there's so many 3s? The 9 of Cups. This is what I'm saying. It's like no matter how you want to flip it or rub it down, I feel like she was someone who felt like she wanted to be free. She wanted to be free. What's a life worth living if you cannot be yourself? Yeah, a lot of y'all or a lot of people want to live with a mask on, but I know this feeling because this is how I felt when I was on deployment. When you feel trapped and when you feel like you're not in your purpose and you feel like no one's hearing you, you're trying, and it gets to a point where you're like, you know what? I'm going to take matters into my own hands. I'm going to set myself free. Because when think about it, if you wake up every, for example, not my camera stopping, but look at this. If you woke up every day, and some of y'all can't even put yourself in this position, but if you woke up every day in a room, just a room, dark room, pitch black, every day you woke up in that room, would you, what would be your purpose? You don't have no type of materials, no tools, and you know someone could say, well, she did have this, she did have that. Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you, but obviously even with all of that, that might not have been what she wanted. Who knows what she really wanted? I'm telling you, it goes back to the, almost like the energy I was pulling from like identity. I feel like someone wasn't paying attention. Woo! Did she try to talk to her friends and family about her mental health? The 7 of Cups. This is what I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. Did they see any drugs in her system or anything? I was only curious only because me personally, I probably would have had to take something before. I don't know. That's like a scary thing. I don't know. But anyway, I was just asking, like, was there any type of substances that were used? Not that I'm saying that there were, but because that's scary. Like, you would have to fully come to an awareness, and I don't know. Woo, we're not gonna even think about it. But listen, with this 7 of Cups, I feel like she tried to say it in the best way that she could, but no one could really grasp it because of her and who she was and where they put her. There's a lot of, oh, you tripping, or oh, you're this, or oh, you're that. Some people might have even thought that she was being spoiled and she wasn't being appreciative. Scorpio energy coming through here. Why the 7 of Cups? I'm telling you, it's that illusion. And that was the first card that came out in the beginning. Ooh. Gemini, Virgo in reverse. We have Magus, which is the magician. You know what's so crazy? This is coming through with this aqua energy coming through too. It's like a rebellious act. And stay with me. This was a statement. That's how it's coming through. Like I said, even if we were to find out otherwise, I feel like this is still orchestrated in a way of a statement, because the world is not getting so much key details. It's so many things that I really genuinely feel are wrong with the way the world thinks. Everything with this magician being in reverse, with the 7 of Cups, it's like where's the clarity? What is it that the world needs to gain from this situation? There's her awareness. We have the Knight of Swords. I feel like there needs to be a little bit more authenticity. This is someone that's coming through with the truth, paying attention to the truth. This is raw and uncut. It's like no one wants to see the truth. Yes, and we have the Count of Cups, which is the King of Cups in reverse. Listen, I feel like everyone is in this illusion type of state with this 5 of Cups. No one wants to focus on the real issue here, which is the cup that's already standing. No one wants to focus on that. They only want to look at what they want to see. They only want to pull from it what they want to pull from it. And I guess I'm not fully upset because I get it. Because that's the capacity at this point of the world. But y'all, if the world really wants to change and really do a deep healing, and here we go, this is when we get woo-woo, we have to start looking at this stuff. This, I'm telling you, this is real generational. I don't know why. Is it Encanto is coming through. That's what it's giving. Did I tell y'all the song that was being channeled? MC Light as a Rock. I don't know if that was for me or this situation. What was that one line? Hold up, there's a line in there. I totally forgot about that. Thank you, Spirit. This is the part. I'm a slave, I'm a slave, I'm a slave to the rhythm. Death rhymes on the microphone is what I'm giving. Yes, I am a rock and you are just a pebble. Turn up the bass and rock adjust the levels. If a rap can paint 1,000 words, then I can paint 1,000,000. This is the part right here. People, are you ready, Jam? If you will, never underestimate Light the MC. I am a rapper who is here to make things the way they're meant to be. Never underestimate made like the MC. I am a rapper who is here to make things the way they're meant to be. I don't know if that is her or if that is for me, and Spirit is saying speak it, because oh my gosh, light as a rock. Do y'all know what that is? That is, a rock is a small thing, but there's a big impact, and yet here we are not getting it. I don't know, it's just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. And let's see, energy around her death, because I know someone's asking, but was she murdered? Energy around her death. Energy around her death. We have the Sun, and we have the Two of Cups. I keep seeing that. Why the Two of Cups? And we have the Wheel. Was there someone else? Think about it. Did she have a relationship? Because I told y'all this came out yesterday. Let me see. What are you guys trying to tell me? Hold up. Look at this. And I feel like I said, you know, we may find out. Okay, someone could have curly hair here. We may find out that there could have been some type of foul play, but this is what I want to tell you. I think the foulest play was that this was something that was expressed in different ways, and I think people are going to start recognizing that they did not see the signs, because this is how I am seeing Cheslie carrying so much, so much, so much. I'm doing this for you, not me. I'm doing this for you, not me. I'm living for everyone else, but not myself. This is the mask that I'm wearing, but this is really how I feel. It's too much. And there was an expression of that. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. This is going to sound super dark, but with this Two of Cups, you know what storyline I thought of? I'm not saying that one of her friends did this, but I'm wondering if she researched this first or looked into it, or if they could look into her phone records, or if she has like a VPN. I don't know. But do y'all remember, and y'all would have to tell me, there was a story about a young guy. I think he committed, I gotta stop saying that word, I'm just saying it. I think, you know, he committed I mean, at this point, Paige, we're already fully into the video. And it's crazy because I don't remember what it was, but wasn't there like a girl, there was a girl that he was with in the car. Do y'all know which one I'm talking about? And like, she was like texting him, or maybe she wasn't with him, but he was texting her and saying how he wanted to end his life, and she was kind of texting him to help him through it. And there's a bird, oh my gosh, I should see this bird, the way it's flying in front of my window. It's almost like there was someone egging her on. That's a possibility. I don't know if this is spiritually, I don't know if this is her own emotions, I don't know if that was her soul speaking to her, but there was a case where there was this guy, I'm pretty sure it was a young guy, who ended up, you know, taking his life. And there was like a girl that was a friend, I don't know if it was like his girlfriend or like, and now it was just like the craziest thing, because they seen messages of her like basically helping him to get it done. So I don't know if that was because someone wanted her out of her misery and maybe this will be the best thing for you. I don't know. I'm telling y'all, I know that sounds so crazy, but I'm telling you, that's the only way I could really see somebody being involved, or I am getting that here. Like there was like an orchestration, but I don't know if this is spiritual, or I don't know if she talked to someone about this or maybe mentioned it. It's almost like I feel like there was a conversation about something. I'm not saying that they knew about her whole plot, as her plot scheme, her whole plot to do what she did, but and the way this bird is right here, there was somebody, I feel like there's somebody here that had an inkling. Now, am I saying that this is the worst? Like this is the enemy? I'm not saying that. It's almost giving me that someone knew her pain. Hold up, because I'm looking at this bird. It's almost like there was someone that knew her pain, and there was a pact. I feel like someone knew she was about to do this, and but they promised her that they weren't gonna say anything. I'm telling y'all, I'm telling y'all, that's the only way I could see somebody being involved. I feel like there is somebody that knew. It's almost giving me this type of vibe. And I know people can't wrap their minds around a lot of these things, but you know, as the Aquarius that I am, I'm telling you, we be seeing stuff that a lot of people cannot see. Listen, with this Two of Cups, the storyline that I'm getting with this card is, I'm talking to my friend and I'm like, you know what, this is what I want to do, this is how I'm feeling, I want you to respect it. You know, I can already tell people not gonna get this. Let me do it like this. Have you ever seen stories or movies where there is an elderly individual who is on life support, who is basically in their deathbed or on their deathbed, and they might whisper to someone like, hey, stop fighting this for me, or like, do this for me. I've seen it in movies where people have pulled the plug for their loved one, and you know, it's hurtful to a lot of people. They might not know what happened, it may look like foul play, but that individual asked that person to basically like, please help me, like take me out of my misery, do this for me. That's the best thing that you could do. I don't know, there's something here, somebody knew something. That's how I feel. And if this is not representing her talking to someone, letting them know like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do, keep this between us. I don't know, like maybe down the line we might hear somebody tell us a story about, I knew about this, you know, but that's gonna be a lot of backlash because the public's not gonna understand why they didn't speak up or why they didn't say nothing. But it's like a mutual agreement. That's what this gives me. Two of Cups gives me a mutual agreement about what needs to be done. I see your perspective. You are not happy. I hate to see you hurt like this. So if you need to do what you need to do, then you do that. But I'm not going to be involved afterwards. I can see that happening. Water sign energy. This King of Cups, I don't know if she was dating somebody. I don't know. There was somebody had some in about something. And if it's not that outlandish, you know, which I don't even think that's outlandish because that just came through very clear for me. This, I'm telling you, someone knew something. She expressed her emotions to somebody, and I keep seeing all these birds in front of my window and the way they're flying. Have y'all ever seen, what are those birds that be by the water? Are they like pelicans? I don't know. Not a pelican. But when they fly, it's almost like the way they're flying. And that's so crazy because there are birds right here. And there's two birds right now. But it's the way they're flying. Almost like how hummingbirds, they kind of like suspended in air. It's crazy. I'm telling you. Was she in a relationship with somebody? Somebody knew about this. And they'll probably either, unless she told them to say something later on, they will never say anything about this. But I think that's what we're picking up on. I think someone tried to talk her out of this, but it's like they knew this was going to make her happy. I know that sounds so crazy, but that's the only way I could see somebody being involved. One, I think people were not paying attention to her cries. There was like a lack of getting it. I do think that. And I also feel like there could have at least been one person that knew that she was about to do this. Just saying. But let's keep going. Did Cheslie try to talk to her family and friends? What time is it? I'm like, I don't gotta go to work. Did Cheslie try to talk to her family and friends about what she was going through? Oh my gosh. Y'all, I think she did. Nine of Swords. What were their reactions? This could even be a mental conflict, but this is what I'm trying to tell you. I feel like the signs were there. I'm not trying to put no blame on nobody because at the end of the day, a lot of people are not aware of mental health. And sometimes, you know, sometimes people just don't get it. Now, I will say with this Nine of Swords, do I think that it may have been expressed? I do. But do I think it was more internal? I also do think that as well. Almost going back to the situation that I expressed earlier of someone like being like, hey, mom. I'm not saying that she said this. This is all just for an example. But like, hey, mom, I'm just feeling down, you know. And then it's like, what you got to be down about? You're this justice card. Like, look at you. You got this, this, and this. You know, people would kill to be you. Like, you know, people would do this, you know, if they had what you had. It's almost giving me that movie, was it Medea, where the mom was like real hard on one of the sisters, and if you know, you know, you'll know. And like she was like, you know, you spoiled brat, I gave you everything and you still don't get it. I'm not saying that that was the case, but that's the vibe I'm getting. It was just a lot of, either she felt like she couldn't tell any further. I feel like she did attempt at one point to talk about something and it was kind of dismissed. And I think she almost felt like it would be, yeah, dismissed even more if she was to tell somebody how she felt, because to others it did not make sense. How could you be unhappy when you have all this stuff going on? With that legal system too, there could have been some things with her job that were weighing heavy on her. And I feel like, I don't know if she really liked what she did. This is what I'm telling you. Look at this. I told y'all these cards came out yesterday. We have the Five of Wands. And that's so crazy because this is not the, wow, I'm getting nervous. This is not the deck that I pulled from when I got the Five of Wands yesterday. But remember the visual I told you guys I had, the dream? And those are all men. Girl. We also have the Queen of Swords. We also have the Four of Cups. I'm telling you, I do feel like she was dismissed, or she felt dismissed. There was a little bit of a mask. But let's say if she didn't tell nobody nothing, which I think there had to be some type of cues. Maybe not, maybe not. But let's just say there was a lot of mask wearing here, having to come off as the Queen of Swords. The Justice card, being balanced. And at the end of the day, whatever was false and whatever was hidden behind this mask, hidden behind this feeling of oppression, feeling trapped, it had to come to a fall. The Tower card. Something crept up. And the only thing that I will say, this is when I start to get worried about like foul play of someone up there. But I don't know if it's in the way that we think with that snake. This could easily be the devil, the enemy, darker entities, whatever you believe in, playing a part in the mentality, in the mental space, because it seems like the light that this person was trying to get from family and friends, or people that were close-knit, that helped, they felt like they weren't receiving that, so the enemy was able to get in. That could be a possibility. But overall, I just think this is going to be a big moment for somebody that needed to wake up. I'm telling you, because especially for people that are super controlling friends, controlling parents, okay? This had to come down. Was there any foul play involved? The Devil card came out in reverse. I'm telling you guys, so what is it that we need to know? I feel like, exactly, the Nine of Wands upright and the Ace of Swords in reverse. I feel like what we need to know is this young lady was struggling with a fight, and that was like the last straw. She came to the point of what would set her free, what would give her the most clarity. But I don't even think this was just for her. I definitely think this was meant to wake somebody else up in particular. I don't know if this was a family member. Was there anyone that she like really wanted to get this message to? Well, who does she want to have this message? I'm telling you, that Three of Pentacles, here we go. And this Knight of Cups keep coming up. So I don't know if she was dealing with somebody. I don't know if this is family, friendships, her close interpersonal relationships. Was I too pretty for people to truly understand? Was I too pretty for people to truly understand? They still don't get it. I don't know. That's what I'm getting. I have to go to work. I don't know why I've been having this urge to do these in the morning, right before I have to go to work. But that's where I'm at with it. I will come back to this possibly. But that's mainly what I wanted to touch on in regards to this, because, girl, I'm just frustrated with the world right now. And this Emperor, I told y'all, who is this? Who is this controlling figure? Is this life? This is what she felt like was going to bring her the most healing. And I keep seeing the dove. And, you know, God rest her soul and bring her the peace that she needs. And I'm going to tell her, oh, fly high, baby. Because I'm telling you, it just felt like she was being engulfed. And it just makes me so sad, because people just don't get it. But I hear you, honey. Cheslie, I hear you. So, yes, you guys, that's what I'm getting right now. You can let me know your thoughts down below. If your feelings hurt, you know, ooh, don't care. I'm just saying sorry, but not sorry. This is something that needs to be talked about in the community. I think we need to start taking these things a little bit more serious. Like I said, even if there was foul play in this situation, it's like, I feel like we always jump to these major conclusions about things when we could look at the root issue. And if we just finally look at the root issue, we would be able to change a whole, like, we would be able to change on a cellular level. But no one wants to talk about that. But anyway, that's what I got for you guys. Please let me know how it resonates. And I'll see you guys down below in the comments. I know we didn't get into probably some stuff that y'all wanted to get into, but if you guys have any specific questions, you can leave them down below. But that's what I want to talk about, and that's what I was led to talk about. So yeah, see you guys later.